Hi, folks. Go ahead and grab your worksheet out of your blue folder that is called Is That a Fact? And grab your magazine. And you are going to be reading an article called Should We Protect Grizzlies? I'm first going to play a video about grizzly bears so you can watch that video. And if you want to read the article on your own, go ahead and pause the video and just read it on your own. But if you would like to have the article read, then stay on the video and the article will be read to you. I also want to mention that in a few weeks, we're going to be doing a unit on animal habitat. So this is a little preview about animal habitats. And we're also going to be doing a unit on opinion writing in a few weeks. So after spring break, we're going to start doing opinion writing. And this is an article that is an opinion article, and it shares a couple of facts and a couple of opinions. And on your worksheet, you're going to need to figure out which is a fact and which is an opinion. All right, here we go.
Get to know grizzlies. The United States is home to 3 different species of bears: black bears, polar bears, and brown bears. One type of brown bear is the grizzly bear. These bears are huge. They can weigh up to 800 pounds. It takes a lot of food to fill up a grizzly. Because of their big appetites, grizzlies spend most of their waking hours searching for food. They eat just about anything they can get their paws on, from elk to trout to insects. In a single day, grizzlies can eat up to 40,000 moths. But most of their diet consists of plants, nuts, seeds, and berries. A lot of them. Grizzlies can gobble down about 100,000 berries a day. The bears have several characteristics that help them find all the food they need to survive. Their powerful sense of smell enables them to sniff out food from about 20 miles away. Long, sharp claws come in handy for digging up food or tearing apart fallen trees for bugs. And despite their large size, these bears can sprint at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. That helps them catch quick-moving prey. Grizzlies really stock up in the fall. During that time, they eat up to 90 pounds of food every day. They need to build their body fat to prepare for their winter hibernation. When winter arrives, the bears nestle inside dens, where they sleep for 5 to 7 months. Female grizzlies also give birth to their cubs during this time. The cubs stay with their mothers for the first 2 to 3 years of their lives. A mother grizzly is very protective of her cubs. Though grizzly attacks on humans are rare, a bear can be dangerous if people get between her and her cubs. Today, most grizzlies in the United States are found in Alaska, but that wasn't always the case. Between 50,000 and 100,000 grizzlies once roamed throughout the western United States. But decades of hunting and habitat loss have wiped out most of the species. Today, only about 1,500 grizzlies are left in the U.S., outside of Alaska. But there's some good news for grizzlies. Thanks to government protections, the bears in one area, Yellowstone National Park, have made a big comeback. Now, the U.S. government says these bears no longer need protection. But not everyone agrees. Some people say the bears face new threats, such as the disappearance of many of their main sources of food. They also worry about what will happen if bear hunting becomes legal again. It's a roaring debate over the grizzly bear.
Okay, and here is the article.
Life Science. Should we protect grizzlies? Yellowstone's grizzly bears are protected by the endangered species list. For now, as you read, why did the grizzly population drop in the 1800s? Yellowstone National Park is known for its natural wonders, like its geyser, Old Faithful. It's also at the center of a battle to save one of its most famous residents, the grizzly bear. Grizzlies were first named as an endangered species in 1975. That means they are protected from hunters and land developers who might destroy their homes. The question now is whether the grizzlies still need protection. People disagree on the answer. Nearly gone. As many as 50,000 grizzlies once roamed the western U.S. They've always played an important role in the ecosystem. For example, they keep the numbers of other animals, like elk, from getting out of control. But in the 1800s, settlers began building houses and farms on the land where the grizzlies lived. This destroyed much of the bear's habitat. Ranchers also shot the bears to protect cattle, and hunters killed the bears for sport. The grizzly population dwindled. By the 1970s, there were fewer than 140 grizzlies in the Yellowstone area. Bouncing back. To save the bears, the U.S. government added them to the endangered species list in 1975. The list is part of the Endangered Species Act, ESA, which protects animals at risk of becoming extinct. The ESA makes it illegal to kill or harm endangered animals. With the ESA's protection, the Yellowstone grizzly population bounced back to about 700. In 2007, the government removed grizzlies from the endangered species list. The government considers the bears a conservation success story. Its goal isn't to keep an animal on the list forever. The government aims to help a species recover until it no longer needs protection. Out of the woods? For more than a decade, conservation groups have been fighting that decision. This past July, a court ruled to keep Yellowstone's grizzlies on the endangered species list. That means they are protected in and around the national park. But the bears can be legally hunted if they wander out of the area. The fight is far from over. Experts on both sides of the argument will keep an eye on the bears in the years ahead. What is the endangered species list? The U.S. government created a list to help save animals from dying out or becoming extinct. Animals that are on the government's list get special protection from hunters and from others who might disturb their habitat. Not all grizzly bears are on the list, but the ones in Yellowstone National Park are. Map it out. This map shows past and current habitats of grizzly bears. Based on the map, about how many grizzlies live in the western U.S.?
All right, go ahead and get started on your worksheet, and I'll see you soon. Remember to put that worksheet in your folder.